black boxes in Greenwich. You could look down the yards and see them, hear them almost, on spindly legs but coffins, the buzzing, greenheads like heavy bombers drawing blood after the first wave of strawberry flies. And why they never had strawberry flies or greenheads at hindquarters, where the pool breathed blue and life was safe, and the women baked like leftover chicken. Except for Addie and Addie, who hated each other and had thighs like cords, one from Smith and one from high school, exuding locker rooms that both smelled wet, but for the hatred of nasty words left in lockers. One was my second mother. She died long after her husband and knew me better than my own mother ever did. And then there were the Cub Scouts, Volkswagen bus to beatings, knee to the groin, an apology, when dads were upright. Told you, 3 counties where the poem played songs to make it right. Tom Waits at Academy of Music, Easy Chair, and Nothing Easy. Stones, I wore the Flying Skull jacket painted with his paint from ceiling drops. He hated Army Air Corps. And fans thought I was lefty. Everything smells, everything screams, and we were so good looking under pain. Combat missions dry you out, even when you carry on and after. Tab collars, Harris tweeds. My mother once got a Paris hairdo. Beauty she was, and I remember her smell the night she told me she loved me best. And I think my sister knew before she told me. They ask, and they insist about your worst memory, which is not either of my parents I loved, but they did not love me the way he did. They thought I was a challenge and a riddle. He knew me, died when I was 14, and came to me on the 3rd floor after his funeral. That was the good part. The bad part was seeing him on that hospital bed, aged 100 years since I'd seen him a week before. He spoke to me, a corpse on the bed, and I could not understand. After the funeral, he was clearer, straight to my mind. He told me to be a good boy, and I promised I would. Then I went back to boarding school to meet my destiny, which was like nothing either of us thought it would be. He was the first middle name for a street in Germantown in Philly. My dad was Junior. Once tried to punch at his dad. I never did. Together, we're a superhero, which kids could do today. Papa, my granddad, was a brave, bold Christian intellectual. He founded the school my sister and I went to in the elementary years. He volunteered for the military in 1917, and they told him he was rated 4K, meaning we'd draft you after the women and children. Then he saved 1,000 lives and saved me from myself. Papa was a saint. My dad was a warrior. 91 combat fighter pilot missions, and spotless in his sense of duty. Tough and sometimes cruel in the mission to save the world from me. I am R.F. Laird III, the dangerous one. Why my mother never stood up for me and gave me the worst moment of my life when I reduced her to tears after dressing down from my father. Why my father never once warned me about the alcohol that nearly ditched his life and just served to double my own great accidental decisions in life. The three of them, us, R.F. Lairds, created a perfect wave called me. Why I insisted to Peter Workman that the authorship of the Boomer Bible would be R.F. Laird.